In a previous Homeworthy episode, interior decorator Alex Papachristidis welcomed us into his gorgeous New York City apartment for a wonderful tour. And today he is opening up his china closets and showing us how to set the perfect table. Enjoy! You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story. Like and subscribe for more.
Hello, my name's Alex Papachristidis, and welcome to my partner and I, Scott's home on the Upper East Side. Today I am going to talk to you about setting the table and how much I love to collect and show you all the different things that I have and how I love to mix and match and just sort of, the magic and the fun of setting a pretty table. So the house is full of all these gym closets, these little hidden doors, and here is one of our linen closets. So I keep the linens on these wonderful boards that are made for me by my friend Jane Scott Hodgins, who does linens. And because I have another business. I have a second business, which is tabletop. Because of my love of tabletop, I opened Everyday Elegance with Lisa McCarthy, my partner, and we do a whole line of custom-made dishes and baskets and linens. So here we'll come into the kitchen. I stack some of the linens together. So we'll set the table. So even when Scott and I are home alone for dinner, we still set the table. And, we sit and have dinner, just the two of us, in our dining room. These are lovely sort of linen placemats. I love them with the sort of detail of the lace, the Madeira.
Do you think it's important to always set the table?
I do, even if it's very casual. I mean, we have so many different versions of setting the table. We also use often these wonderful little, that I think are so pretty, and they're nothing, these wipeable Kaspari placemats that I think are just so beautiful, and they look so pretty with all the different dishes. So we have tons of different sets of those also. How fun is that? So if it's just sort of a quick 1, 2, 3 thing and we want something super easy, we'll use that. And if we're entertaining, we'd use something like this. Or even sometimes when it's the two of us, and it's nice to have pretty things. I love dishes and vintage and antique dishes, and I make a lot of dishes now. But so this is sort of the everyday section. And I always liked, I always use these blue and white Matahata dishes for every day that I loved. But Scott found that he really doesn't like eating off of a colored dish. So I wanted something sort of special. So I used these wonderful white Matahata dishes, and they are called Prosperity. And I love the detail on them. They're called Prosperity, and they're copying George Washington's dishes. So I love that. It's a little bit of history. But again, so not only do I collect dishes and linen, I collect glasses. This is our everyday silver. And I'm always from the theory that everything you touch should be beautiful. So this is a wonderful set of Jensen silverware that's no longer made, and it's called Rosencrantz. And I just think it's beautiful. So I've built up a huge collection of it. And that's our everyday. Oh yeah, these I bought at auction. I just think they're so pretty. I bought those at Stair. I would start with everyday items, buy things that you use all the time. It sort of trains you to use your things. So don't buy things that intimidate you in the beginning, because then you're not going to use them. So really, and nowadays there's so many things that are dishwasher safe. Antique dishes, not really, but there's so many great things that are dishwasher safe. Here's our glasses. And again, I like a big variety of glasses. Believe it or not, this is one closet. I have a whole storage closet across the hall with tons of new glasses. I love these. I just think they're really pretty. They're like a little sort of lavender color. They're a wonderful William Yoward glass. Oh, this I bought recently. This is so beautiful. This is Puy Faucon. But I only bought 4 place settings of it, and I just think it's so beautiful. So why don't we set the table with the Puy Faucon today? So pretty. It's vermeil gold. Look at how pretty that is. Look at how beautiful that is. So pretty. Oh my God, and you know what I can mix that with? So I can mix that with something that I love. So these are our everyday glass that we use for when people come for cocktails. We take these and use them. We have 36 of these. It's a fabulous big, it's actually a red wine glass from William Yeoward, but we use it as an all-purpose cocktail glass. And if somebody wants a Perrier or a glass of champagne or a glass of white wine or tequila and soda, whatever, and we use this as our sort of cocktail party glass whenever people come. And I think it's so great because you can find your glass in this apartment where there are so many things. You can always find your glass. It's nice and big, and it's great because you're not up and down pouring people drinks. You can pour them one big cocktail. So, oh, this is a great little drawer. Come here, you'll love this. This is all different collections of wonderful cocktail napkins that I've collected over the years. You know, things that I've had made for me. Porto made these beautiful little cocktail napkins, and then these were a gift from a friend, and I love the way they did the monogram with APSN, both Scott's and my initials. These little coasters are for drinks, so like even, you know, if you have if you have somebody over and you just have a glass of water, you put that down on the table, and they're great, and I love them. Again, by Porto. These, yeah, these little, somebody gave them to me. So you know what? We used these for my great niece when she used to come over and have a little glass of apple juice because she was so little. So it was cute. She didn't want a big glass. So we used those for her. They're like little shot glasses. Okay, so in here, here's some of the great stuff. I'm not sure which drawer has which in it, but, oh yeah, so I built up a big collection of my favorite, which is Bucciolati Tahiti. So this is really special. So it's sort of the original fabulous bamboo flatware. So I have 36, service for 36 for buffet in Bucciolati Tahiti, which is really, really special. And then whenever I'm traveling and I find sort of a wonderful antique center or an antique mall, I bought these and I think they're so beautiful. They belonged to Doris Duke, and I bought them in Houston. And look at them with the porcelain handles, but I bought them just to go with this gold flatware that I hadn't bought yet, but I love that. I mean, and Scott's favorite color is green, so I was so excited to find these. Isn't that beautiful? They're 18th century vermeil, and they're dessert service with the porcelain handles. Look at how pretty that is with the white dishes. It just makes it special and unique. So you use these as appetizers, right? I love yummy home-cooked meals. One of my favorite things to serve is curried chicken in a cream sauce with chutney, with a yummy basmati rice, and I think everybody loves that. I'm not a fish person. I don't serve fish. I mean, yes, sometimes we serve lobster, but you have to be careful about it because a lot of people have shellfish allergies. So I think it's important to pay attention to your menu. In the country, we do a lot of grilling, so we have a lot of steaks. I love a delicious roast chicken. I love lamb chops. Again, slightly polarizing. Some people don't like lamb, so if you are serving lamb, you should probably have a vegetarian option. I always love like a fresh, so we make this yummy salad, which is Chinese pear sliced with Roquefort and watercress, and I do a little Roquefort dressing with that, which I think is yummy, and a very sort of fresh, delicious salad. For dessert, oh my God, well, in the country we use loaves and fishes. In the city we use Lady M. I love those sort of delicious cream cakes. And then also our favorite restaurant in the neighborhood, Sette Mezzo, they make a divine cheesecake. So I'll call them up in advance and ask them if I can have one of their ricotta cream cheesecakes for dessert. And that's yummy. You serve a ricotta cream cheesecake with a little bit of raspberry coulis, and that's delicious. And I love the Lady M, you know, that layer of cream cake. Just the old, plain, simple cream cake. I love Greenberg's cookies. I've always been a Greenberg's cookie fan. I love their sugar cookies and their jam cookies. You know, coffee, a nice red wine with dinner, or also always have a white wine or champagne. And I always believe in having, you know, I don't drink Diet Coke, but I have it in my house because so many people like these things. And to me, my mother always trained me to be a good host and to be hospitable. You just prepared for everything. And that's really the way to be. Just have choices. So I'm just obsessed with these little hand-painted glasses. And just to tell you, I shop everywhere. There was this little store in Bridgehampton. We have a country house that we share with my family in Bridgehampton called CB Mercantile. They closed, but for a while they just had these charming little hand-painted glasses. And so now I'm creating them with Everyday Elegance. I'm making my own version of hand-painted glasses. But I love, look at every store. Be very open-minded. Don't, just go to the stores Go to different stores and find sort of unusual, wonderful things to the table. And look at how that all comes together with a little bit of green in the porcelain and the lavender in the glasses, and then the lavender William Yoward glasses, and then the lavender walls. And, again, I find that it's such a funny thing. You buy things you love, and somehow they all work together. So I built this cabinet as extra storage for objects and dishes and tableware. This I call Aladdin's Cave. And just come on in. Look at this. This is just craziness. Filled with all the things I love. So I'm kind of obsessed with these, which my family gave me as a collection. These wonderful salt and pepper shakers by Asprey's, and they're topiaries. Remember, I love nature and I love things from the garden and animals. So I love these. Salt and pepper, and I just think they're so beautiful. And these little Versailles tubs, these topiaries, they're just divine, made out of silver. These are also very special. These, we sell them on my website, Everyday Elegance, and this is so wonderful because it's a pepper mill. So you turn this, and you get pepper. Isn't that beautiful? And this is the salt. And I just think they're so pretty. So they're made for us in Italy. Tons of sets of sort of beautiful vintage dishes. Divine, right? So pretty. Wonderful little sets of vintage bowls that I bought at peer shows and things. Wonderful. So sometimes when I do, a big hors d'oeuvre plate with snacks, I'll put them in this and put this on a wonderful 18th century blue and white Chinese platter mixed with crudité and chips. Divine sets of Chelsea dishes that I love. Again, the love of flowers and sort of nature. Back to my love of chinoiserie. Just fun little hand-painted dishes that I bought at shows and different places. I love bucciolati, and I'm a huge bucciolati fan. So I love all these wonderful little condiment containers. Wonderful little, my niece gave me that for Christmas because I love lemons. The beautiful little bucciolati jam container. And the bucciolati plum. I love these. So we use these again as little snack dishes. A divine set of Puy Focas silver vermeil bowls that a friend gave me for my birthday. Tons of divine candlesticks. And different objects. So, depending on how I set the table, I love this beautiful little turquoise porcelain figure set that I use in the center of the table. So I love to mix in antique objects and things. A divine sort of ewer that I love that I found, again, in a flea market, and I just think it's so beautiful because it's neoclassical and looks beautiful with all white dishes. The little frog salt cellar and the little pagodas, wonderful pictures, and I love this. This is bucciolati. This is a little mustard pot, and again, shaped like a mushroom. Look how divine that is. And these are also beautiful. I love these. So again, bucciolati mushrooms, salt and pepper. Right? So charming. And these I really love. These are so pretty. And I love them because I love that they both have silver and gold, these bucciolati flowers. Again, salt and pepper. So pretty. So, I love unusual things. And I love collecting all these different things and mix and matching them. And so that your tables become these wonderful conversation pieces. you know? And I think that's what makes it so interesting, and it makes your table individual. Over here, I keep these, which are so wonderful. So this is a collection of Van Day Truex palm trees made by Tiffany's. And look how wonderful. I mean, just look at how they're made. So they take all these different size candles. It's just, you know, the quality of these things. And these vintage things, you just can't find things like this anymore. You know, and again, you buy them at auction. I mean, look at this one. This one's incredible. Look at this big palm tree candlestick, right? I bought that at Stair for $900. Solid silver by Tiffany's. You know, it's like, you just have to watch auction, and you just have to look for all these wonderful things and find them. And, you know, it's just great. And then I have a whole collection here of little blue and white vases that sometimes I'll bring to the table. When I'm doing a blue and white story, I'll bring these vases to the table. So every time we go to England, I go to Portobello Road, and you know, I get up early in the morning, Scott sleeps in, and I go to Portobello and do my little shopping and look for all kinds of fun antiques and objects. So I have all these wonderful things that are memories. This is another, oh my God, this is another story. So this is also flatware that I adore. This was made by Siri Mon, and I bought Bunny Mellon's Siri Mon flatware. So after I bought it, I was speaking to my best friend, Harry Slacken, and we were talking about it, and he was like, oh my God, Alex, you were bidding on that? Well, I paid a lot of money for that set of flatware. We were bidding against each other and we didn't even realize it. So then Harry I set a precedence for this crazy flatware. So then Harry bought a set and had to pay the same price I did. So we both got cooked. We were both cooked geese because we both bid against each other, not even realizing. So when you're bidding against your friends, maybe it's good to ask. So look at that, how wonderful it is with the feathered handles made out of porcelain. And they were made for Siri Mon in England by Sheffield. So I'd always wanted blue and white flatware. So we searched the internet, and these need a little polishing, you can see, but they're so wonderful. So we did this wonderful collection of blue onion knives and forks. So, and I actually love that because I mix it with the Rosenberg silver. So, you know, I love that mix, and it looks so pretty with all these different blue and white dishes. It shouldn't match. It should look sort of interesting and collected, and that's what makes it fun. But I mean, again, this looks beautiful with white dishes, and it looks pretty. You know, it looks so pretty with a variety of things. You know what? It's like anything. Yes, it's something that you see all the time, and it's beautiful. And, you know, I feel so lucky and happy to be up high like this and see the city. But it's something you get used to, you know? You do get used to it. Although I have to say, sometimes I'm standing here and I'm like washing a dish or making something, and I say, wow. Look, I'm such a consummate New Yorker, and I love New York so much, and I'm such a believer in this city. I'm born and raised here, and I'll never leave. I love New York. I think it's the best place in the world. And you know what? We've had good times, we've had bad times, we've had good mayors, we've had bad mayors, but it's just the best place to live and the most interesting city in the world for me.
Thanks for watching. For more Homeworthy content, be sure to like and subscribe.